day. This is Lynn over here at Quaker Hill Farm and the old scrap bag. Today we're going to dig into Grandma's old scrap bag and pull out these beautiful vintage crocheted pot holders. And I think they look very pretty with this old-fashioned looking bowl too that I thrifted recently. In fact, I thrifted a whole set of dishes like this, and I love them. They're just the right colors for my kitchen, and it's just really pretty. And it's really good shape on the inside too. So I'm going to fix an old-fashioned peach pie recipe for my hubby today, and then I'll show you the results in a little bit. Here's another piece of this pottery, and it's called Harker. That's what's stamped on the bottom of it, H-A-R-K-E-R. You can see the beautiful crazing on it, and the flowers are just gorgeous. And I'm going to cut up my peaches that I'm going to make into a pie inside of it, and I think it'll be really pretty. Our local orchard has these peaches, and they're called Gloria, G-L-O-R-I-A. And they're getting a little bit on the soft side, but they'll be just perfect, I think, for the pie I want to make. And see how pretty it will be with the dishes. Now I've sliced all these peaches up into quarters, or little slices off of the peach, and I'm getting ready now to put the seasoning on that we like, and I'm going to share the recipe in the photo here, but I just wanted to show you how pretty the peach slices look in this dish. And then my scraps too. And I'll share with you in another video what I'm going to do with these peach scraps. And you might tell me what you do with your peach scraps, or from any scraps with food if you want. Ready here to roll out my pie dough. Just had to show you my thrifted marble rolling pin. I was so excited when I found it. It was, I think, at Habitat for maybe $2 or $3. I can't remember for sure. I've had it a while. But it's heavy. If you want to do some arm exercises with it before you roll the pie dough out, it's a good deal. So let's get started here rolling it out. Okay, I have the pie dough rolled out into my pie pan, and makes a wonderful dough, and it's good for pies and also quiche and just about everything that calls for a pie dough recipe. And it's worth the extra effort, I think, to make it from scratch. If you're in a pinch, you can always use the frozen. There's no reason you can't, but this just a little bit of extra shows some love to your family. I forgot to mention also that I put little pricks into the dough itself just so that it won't bubble up after it's cooked. It'll cook more thoroughly that way. I usually try to fill my pie plate about 2/3 full, and as you can see, I've put some tapioca in it to help it thicken as it cooks. Now I've rolled the second half of my pie dough out, and I like to make a lattice crust for my pies, so I just roll it out pretty thin, and then I just start cutting strips. You can use a pizza cutter, you can use your sharp knife, whatever's the easiest for you. And so I'll go ahead and cut the rest of these strips out. And the ones that I have left over, don't throw those scraps away. I'm going to show you a nice treat that we can make with those. Now here's our pie ready to go into the oven. As you see, I've made a lattice top for it. And with the remainder of the scraps of the pie dough, then I'll show you what I'll do with that in a little bit. So here we go into the oven. I bake it for the first 15 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And then after the 15 minutes, I turn the heat down to 350 for about 45 minutes. So a total of bake time of about an hour. Hi there, this is Lynn again from Quaker Hill Farm and from the old scrap bag. And this are the remnants of the pie dough, or the scraps from the pie dough. My kids used to love for me to make these things when there was leftover pie dough. So my hubby does too, so I usually try to be sure and save enough pie dough to make some of these. I found this cute little blue spoon at I think probably Habitat also, as I was thrifting one day. The old timer comes from my mom's home. I don't like to throw things away too much. And here's another scrap bag idea. Instead of throwing your old pickle jars, use them to hold bulk spices. This one, I like the scroll around it, so I did not take that off. It's not really hamburger dill inside there. It's some cinnamon. So I've labeled it, and it keeps it very nice and dry, and keeps it organized. So this is what I use instead of throwing that glass jar away. And these are going to have the cinnamon and sugar sprinkled on top of them. And then they'll bake for at 425 degrees for about 15 minutes. So I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Here's the finished product. Have a pie cracker. My mom always used to make these for my sister and I when we were growing up, and we always loved them. So, and my family does too. And I have them setting on this scrap bag piece of fabric. It's a yellow gingham that I thrifted, and then I just added a crochet edge around it, so it makes a really pretty presentation. You could do this very easily by adding some crochet trim from Joann's or wherever you buy your fabric, and it would make you a cute little centerpiece. So there we go. Have it with a cup of tea and enjoy. Bon appetit.